So let's talk grief and the different layers of grief. In this new episode of the podcast, The Body Heals Itself, with me as your host, Jessica Rebecca. I'm a somatic guide, so I work one-on-one with people to guide them within through their body sensations. And so grief is also a physical sensation, or like something you feel in your body too. Obviously it's a feeling, but it's a physical pain. Like if you're deeply in grief, you feel it in your body. So like for me, it's usually present around here and in my solar plexus, like this deep, like someone would stab me with a knife, like it's deep physical pain. And also like in my heart area. And the reason why I want to talk about grief is something that's also present for me at the moment. And it feels like a deeper layer is being revealed to me. So also in the work I'm doing, we're always meeting everything with compassion and curiosity. So it's not about, oh, I need to fix it. It's not a thinking of I need to fix it, but like, oh, I want to understand it with curiosity and compassion. And we also talk about layers. So there are different layers, like an onion layer you peel away. And for me, this is how it feels like, that there's a different layer of grief present for me at the moment. And it doesn't feel like it's only connected to one specific event or whatever, even though I feel like this is like what brings it up. And I don't want to go into the story here, but I feel like also, again, as I said, a deeper layer, like I can also feel like old things coming up. So this physical sensation I'm feeling now is very familiar to me. Like I know this feeling from, I want to say, when I was a teenager or young adult as well. And I always thought, oh my gosh, I'm feeling that from someone else. And I tried to fight it. I was like doing my spiritual protections. I'm not feeling it from someone else. And it's also something like everything you sense or feel within yourself, it's always within you. And yes, we can sense it from other people too, and it can be amplified. And especially as we feel that, it's like the law of attraction. Obviously, we attract people who maybe feel or sense at the same thing at the moment, but it's not the other people. It's always you. And so it's always, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful when then like something maybe amplifies it so you can even feel it more. Like if you have this mindset, like, oh, it's an invitation, it's a gift. And so coming to this, as I said, again, it's an onion layer, and like there's this deeper level of grief and pain available to me now, which I believe I wasn't ready to feel before. So like our body or our soul, like I believe our soul communicates through our body. Like our body is our main manifested energy. And so it communicates through physical sensations. And it's now ready to go deeper with that. And it's actually something very beautiful, even though there's pain. But what I also want to say is the more we are on this spectrum of feeling more pain and grief, the more joy, love, whatever it is available to us too. So at the moment, I'm really in between this spectrum, coming from deep, deep pleasure, joy, into this deep pain, like just starting to cry kind of out of nowhere, like allowing myself that or making space for it. And so it's not about collapsing in it either, like the collapsed feminine a lot of people talk about. But it's not only the collapsed feminine, it's also the collapsed masculine, whatever, truly collapsing into it. And I think it's a fine dance between when do I allow myself to feel it, when do I talk about it, share with other people, and when do I kind of continue to live. So as I said before, the work I'm doing, it's never about fixing or getting rid of it, but actually meeting it more, like seeing it as an invitation for deeper self-exploration. So now this grief, this pain has been with me for a couple of weeks. And I used to always think like, no, it needs to go away. It's wrong. Like pain, grief, this is like, not, I don't want that. Like this really fight in between. And obviously with that, it's not going away. But I think that even like, it needs to be between the fine dance between feeling it and like then coming back into life, the joy. But it's also not about like, oh, I'm going to get rid of it by like dancing it out, shaking it out. Like this, for me, especially this deep pain, grief, this is not what it needs right now. Like, yes, sometimes it wants to be moved, but for me, it's actually really allowing it to be here. Like to really allowing it to breathe into it, to telling it it's okay to be here, to show it, to show me what it needs me to see, to let myself feel what needs to be felt. And so again, it's not about the collapsing into it, but allowing it to be here, and not about thinking, oh, I need to get rid of this grief, I need to get it out of my body, this pain out of my body. No, it's a deeper invitation for self-exploration. And grief and pain will always be part of life. And yes, again, it's not about collapsing and only talking about this, but can we create space for it? And so interestingly for me, it's always in summer when this comes more up. And I think this is also so beautiful because I look outside and the sun is shining. I go outside and it's like everything is green and it makes me so happy and full. And so I think with this, like I'm able to feel this joy and love with life, but also letting this grief be here at the moment, like really feeling the deep, deep spectrum of both. And also like this deep pleasure and desires, but not collapsing in one of other, like thinking, oh, it needs to get away, because with that we're keeping ourselves like in a fight, but really allowing it to be here, trusting that it will pass, trusting that it is here for a reason to show us something deeper, like kind of like making love to the grief, to the pain. And it's also like when you're like in pleasure moments and this grief is here, can we bring the grief into it? This is the truth of it, and not thinking, oh no, I'm doing this to get rid of the pain can't be here. Then we are going into a performance. But can we let the grief, the pain inform, not only when we're in a pleasure moment, but in general in life, can we allow it to inform how we move through the world at the moment? Maybe it's like we are more quiet. Maybe it's we are more present with someone or something. Like it makes me be more present with nature, to just be in awe of how beautiful nature is, being in awe of actually my body, like there's a beating heart in it, like this pumping, like the lungs. This is something that just truly fascinates me at the moment, thinking of the functioning of the body and like loving it. So yeah, letting it inform how we see the world. And it's actually like, wow, I actually see the world like small moments seem so much more bigger to me now. Like really it's a deeper slowing down, a deeper presence of like, what am I doing here really? What is it that brings me joy, feels good to me, and like pushing through. And I think as I'm speaking that now, actually this awareness wasn't here before I said that out loud, but I feel that to be so true for me. And so what I want to talk about is that grief. Yeah, we know like the common language around maybe grief, all comes in wave, and I believe that. And again, it's like a deeper layer to it. And yes, there's usually maybe an event that brings it forth, but sometimes, or most of the times, there's usually deeper meaning to it, or like deeper layers that come to the front, as it is for me now. I can feel this teenage, young adult part being active because she never truly was able to feel grief or pain. And also the pain and grief that this was the situation. So it's so multidimensional and complex, and it's not for us to dance or shake it immediately away. Yes, sometimes we need that, but then can we allow it again to be here, whatever it needs? Like this is a deeper grief, a deeper pain that has been here, as I said, for a couple of weeks, and I think it's not going away so quickly. And the more in the moment, in the first beginning was like very tense, and then like it was like, oh, I just need a really good cry, and it was so hard to get to it. But also I didn't have the space for it. I was so busy the whole time, and the more I was able to create space for myself to really truly allow myself and my body to rest, it comes to more to the front also now, like being deeper truly in this rest and presence, not only with the grief and pain, but in general with life. Like it's really, yeah, like all of the spectrum. And so this is what I wanted to talk about with you or share, especially if you're feeling grief or pain. It's not to fight it. it's also not to collapse in it. Also, even though sometimes we need to collapse in the grief and the pain and let ourselves fully collapse. And usually, like for me, it used to be by myself, or actually needed alcohol to be able to fully cry deeply, and because I was so numb. But now, like for me, a big hurdle was like sharing this with someone else. And I'm so grateful. Like, yes, I have my guide, but I also have like deep friendships where I know it's just safe to kind of like collapse. But it's not a collapsing on each other, but like it's like really we created this field of such a deep friendship that it can just be there. And it's not a collapsing in one another, and like the field holds us and it's just our truth. We don't judge it, or we don't take it on from each other. We can just be ourselves. And that's like the most beautiful part, when you're being fully seen in what you're going through, when you can be felt. And it's like, yeah, there's a voice message of crying, and the other one is like laughing. And can you allow it to be all here and be witnessed by someone you feel so safe, you feel truly seen, with compassion and curiosity, and especially like empathy, but not without like this thinking of, oh, I need to fix you, but like this feeling of, oh, I'm here for you. And this just expands my heart. And so like in these moments of grief and pain, having this deeper moment of connection, not only with oneself, but also with others, is something so beautiful, that we are meant to be here as humans. And so also like, yeah, I'm so grateful I have this friendship, and I'm specifically one friendship I'm thinking of, but also with my guide. That's why I was able to start to feel my grief, my pain, which has been stored within me for such a long time, because she was a safe, empathic witness for me. She didn't think of like me being needed to be fixed, but she wanted to see my truth, and just allowing myself layer by layer to let it unravel. And it was also like something, it's a container I've been in for years, and it's so beautiful. And that's why it's also, I think, so much more profound than just talking about it, but being there, being guided within to feel what needs to be felt, to see what needs to be seen, because your body like is so psychedelic when you allow it to be here, like what can come up. And again, yeah, having this witness who sees you in that process, that's like what heals so much and brings more layer of it forth. And it's so beautiful. Like even as I shared, like I feel like my heart expands into so much gratitude, and it's really like this deeper connection, not only, but again, if I have a deeper connection to other people, I have a deeper connection to myself and others in general, and more compassion. And I truly think this is what the world needs, especially now. And it's so beautiful. So coming back to like the grief and pain and the different layers, can we allow it to be here? Can we know how we can share it with someone? Do we have this safe space? But not in a collapsing kind of way, but in a truly like, it holds kind of itself, but you're being seen in it. And then also not thinking, oh, I need to fix it, I need to get rid of the pain, but letting it inform your life, and actually like, oh, what is it here and more to teach you, especially if it's grief that is kind of familiar to you, because it really feels like, for me coming back to, it's like, oh, it's a way for like different layers that being revealed to you. So I just felt deeply called to share this. And yeah, I'm curious to hear if this feels familiar to you, especially when it comes to like, oh, I need to fight my grief, my pain. I need to get rid of it, kind of, I need to dance it out, I need to shake it out, or like, oh no, I can't feel that, like it needs to go away, I need to be happy, like I need to think positive. Yeah, whatever it is, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.